Okay, I'm going to try and do a video on the Redarc Tow-Pro Liberty trailer brake. I'm working on a 2001 Ford E-350. We're going to see how it goes installing this. Got some ideas. I haven't seen them on the web before. Okay, you go in here behind the emergency brake cable, or pedal, and right here on mine is this plug. Little brown one, got the blue wire coming out of it. So they make an adapter wire that plugs into that and plugs into the Redarc brake controller. Now if you go underneath the frame on the driver's side, there's a harness that comes down and goes into a plug. It's got a number 10 bolt that holds it together. You unplug that plug, and I pulled mine out through the frame rail here where I could get at it. Now that orange wire on mine is your battery hot all the time for charging, and the blue wire on this side is your trailer brakes. So there's another video out there that's pretty good if you don't want to cut and splice your wiring. He shows you going down to the local auto wrecking yard and taking a harness off the engine of another motor and getting the plugs out of it and splicing that in through the other piece, and then this all plugs together like a factory setup. But I'm going to cut mine back and I'm going to splice it, and then we'll continue on from there. Alright, this is how we accomplish the splice out of the plug. Cut the wires off, done a nice little butt solder job here, shrink tube, and then some of the old plastic wrap, and we'll come back when we get this all taped back together, looking clean. Okay, so I'm kind of liking the way that's turning out. Now to stuff it back up in through the frame rail and connect it back to the harness that goes to the rear of the vehicle. Okay, so here we are underneath, and we're by the oil filter on the 5.4. Between there and the exhaust manifold up on the frame rail. And this is the harness I had up above. And right here there's a little deal I had to snap it off of. So you take and push in with a screwdriver right here, or some kind of a blunt object, and that snaps on the frame rail so you can get it outside where you can work on it. And this is the male piece. And if you notice, there is no wires in the corners where the trailer brake wires would be. Now if you ordered the van with a tow package and it came with a hitch, them wires would probably be in there and run to the back. But Ford saved a couple bucks and did not put them wires in. They ran them to the plug, but not out the other side. So it is a fairly easy fix. And like I said before, there is a guy on here that shows you how to put these pins in. And I'm going to figure out how to put that back together, put the bolt in, and move on to the rear and wire this up the rest of the way. Alrighty, so I got the wires ran all the way to the back, and as you can see, they're not sticking out of there very far. In fact, by the time I get this in there and through there and try to wire it up, it's going to be a little tight, kind of short, but I'll figure it out. So that's 15 feet of wire I bought from Napa each roll, and that's what they had on the spin rack. So if you buy 15 feet, be advised it might not make it. You're going to be really, really close. Alright, running the wires on back here to the plug in the rear of the vehicle. I bought 15 feet of wire from Napa. Figured that would be a plenty. Well, this is where I'm at. I had to mount this back up in here just to have that much extra to get this on there. Now I'll pull this off and put it on, but there is no extra wire to speak of. So 15 feet of work, but you're going to be lucky if it, I mean, might not. Depends on how you route it. Anyway, just know that 15 feet barely makes it. So we got our wires hooked up, the blue and the red. They go on each side of the green, which is, I believe, right turn. I'm not sure. Anyway, white's your ground. I do know that. So looking at the back of the plug, we start with the white, blue, green, and your red power all the time when the ignition's on for charging your battery. Brown, yellow. White, blue, green, red, brown, yellow, back to white. And then if you had backup lights and you'd wired that in earlier where we were at there in that same plug, I don't know what number it is on that plug, but backup lights go in the center pin, or backup alarm, or whatever you want to put on center pin. There you have it. I'll put this back together, button this up, and see what happens up forward and get the switch and stuff installed. Not a lot of room under the dash of the Super Duty. So I took the crash panel off there in front of your knees and tapped into 1024 holes and mounted the Redarc Tow-Pro module right there. I think that's going to be a good hid spot for it. And now I'm going to work on mounting the little switch. I'm thinking about right somewhere right in here. We'll look at the dash and see what we got. Make a hole in there. Okay, so I purchased this adapter here for the light and the control knob for the brake system, and really don't want to, but I've decided right there's the spot where I'm going to put it. So it usually sketches me out when you start drilling holes in a factory dash, but I think this is gonna look pretty nice there. It came with a template, so we get the two holes right. Pretty simple. I'll go ahead and install that and see how that turns out. Well, that's a good sign the drill bit didn't run into anything, so pretty sure it's all clear back there. Alright, this comes with a little foam gasket material to go behind it and make it look nice, make sure it fits good on the curved surface. So I'll go get that, put that on, put the little knob in there before I install it, and we'll see what it looks like here in a minute or two. And there we have it. I put a little, there's a little chrome nut in there. I hand tightened it and I put a little blue Loctite on it just to make sure. I want to make sure we get the writing the right way up, but routed the cord from the control module up here to the switch. Got our hole drilled, and this doesn't fit. Why is that? What did they do to me? It's supposed to fit. I'll be darned. We're about to do this video over. Get a file out and fix this. It's crazy. Alright, we're going to back and read the directions, probably redo this video. Alright, I figured it out. It's an important little bit of information too. This switch is bigger on the back side back here than it is on the front. So, we have to install this adapter first, and then we'll have to come in. I'll have to reach in here through the back side and put the switch in, and then we'll see how that works for us. Make sure you get the letters the right way right off the get-go. It's a nice tight fit, that's for sure. Hopefully I drilled my holes straight. Don't look bad. Alright, don't know what you were seeing there, but I got it in. I'll reach in here and put the rest of it together. I am going to put a little bit of a blue Loctite on the threads and not tighten it up real tight. Hopefully it doesn't come rattling loose. Alright, so I got the switch installed. And let's just advise that there's some plastic in the way back there. I had to tear stuff apart and notch the plastic to get all the wires to fit. So that wasn't the best choice maybe. It is possible to do it there. It looks good there. I like it. Except when it's on zero, the trailer's upside down. But anyway, so now we have the adapter wire I'll install, which I won't go into details or try to get under the dash and show you how to do that. Part number TPH-006 fits the Redarc brake control module, and this end here will plug right into the Ford ready to go wiring harness under the dash. So anyway, back up into there is where the Redarc is. That's where I'm going. Back down in behind the emergency brake is where it's going to end up, plugged into that Ford, wherever it's at, wiring harness. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I originally posted that I was going to put some blue Loctite on the switch, which was not a real good idea. It got down in between where it spins and clicks in and out, and everybody's not doing it. I had to use brake clean and stuff on it and tear the switch all apart. It seems to be working now, so it's $50 for a new switch if you screw it up. Alright, all done back here. And with the brake pedal depressed, I got right turn, left turn, which are the brake lights, and BK, which would be the trailer brakes. And if I turned on the power, that 12 volt one there on the left comes on. So everything seems to be working. And just in case anybody's wondering what this is, that's for the generator when it's on the back. The 110 plug back there. Alright, and there it is. Redarc Liberty Pro. All installed, and that's all that shows. There ain't no knee knocker under the dash or wires hanging out or anything crazy. It's a real clean installation. Can't wait to hook it up to the trailer and see how well it works now. That's the important part, I suppose. Anyway, hope I helped somebody out with this video. Good day.